Hello and welcome to the Savior's Renegade podcast with Magnus and Cash.
And Riley. Uh, he'll be appearing from time to time, but he'll mostly be silent because he doesn't have a microphone. Today we want today we want to talk about Scientology. What is it? Who started it? Why do people believe in it?
It's dumb.
Indeed. Well, it was created in 1959 by L. Ron Hubbard, first published in his book Dianetics. He was a defunct science fiction writer, and so he turned that into a religion. It's a cult. Other fun facts: he cheated on his wife with his friend's wife, and stole all of his friend's money. After that, he went on to write the book Dianetics, which details that every human soul and every negative emotion is caused by thetans, which are alien souls that went into the volcanoes of Hawaii and traveled into cavemen to create negative emotions. And Scientology, through auditing, can help rid those negative emotions. I am not making this up.
That's also most likely why they have a building in Hawaii.
Yeah. They also have their most famous building in Florida, which is where they started. Some more fun facts. Multiple famous celebrities like Tom Cruise and John Travolta are Scientologists. Tom Cruise once expressed in a podcast or interview, interview, um, that it was the best thing that ever happened to him. He felt like his life was complete, and then I'm not even kidding. He started jumping up and down on the couch while running around.
And if you watch the famous South Park episode, you will know that there's there was this accusation that the voice actor of Chef for South Park was a ex-Scientologist and was, I think, there was this rumor that he was slimed out by the organization, or no, or was so offended that he left the South Park team because he was offended.
Yeah.
And we all know that Tom Cruise is in the closet, so.
And that's why it's called Stuck in the Closet. I think it's season 13. You can check it out on Hulu, Max, or Amazon.
Prime.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah. Anyway, go watch it. It's fucking hilarious. Anyway, Magnus, why do you think people believe in it?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people out there who are sad and trying to chase something that gives their life meaning.
Yeah.
And I feel like just like really old people who have nothing really else to do try to find this community where they're accepted and they can feel like their life matters. You can get some like really shallow surface level like advice.
Yeah.
And they still pay the money for it somehow. And this is odd because I mean we saw like one like I think two like fairly young people, like middle aged people at the Seattle Scientology place.
Yeah.
Which we rated.
Yeah.
We got a 34-second video of very shaky footage because of me. You're welcome.
We'll show it at the end of the podcast. It is so good. I mean, it's good for 34 seconds.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's nothing comparable to the stuff you've seen on TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram for
Yeah.
sure. We sadly couldn't get like any more people besides free.
Yeah.
This is why we're all here.
Yeah.
We planned to get 2 other people on it, but
They didn't. Put that.
Well, one ditched, another one couldn't come.
Yeah. It was very sad, but I don't know if there was a possibility for one of them to come, even on a later date, because he is usually either busy or just doing something. Sorry if this is like horrible. This is the first episode, and I haven't made a YouTube video in like
We're filming in his mother's basement.
yeah. I haven't made a YouTube video in like 5 months, so
Hopefully, if we get like some interest in this, we might continue with this absolute bullshittery.
yeah.
But
As soon as we yeah.
Right. Please just put all the shit down. This is really disruptive.
So anyway, recently, as Magnus said a couple minutes ago, we raided one of the Scientology buildings and got through about a third of it. It is, yeah, really shaky camera footage. We ran down a hallway. There was a lady at a desk saying she'll call the police, and then somehow we got out by going up some stairways. And we left without anyone noticing, but they did partially see our faces, and that ties into another thing called free game policy. Whereas, if anyone blatantly disrespects or tries to expose the church, they have the ability to have you arrested, put in their own personal prison, where you're forced to do backbreaking labor for at least 9 days straight, and then you go into therapy, which can take months, and then it's back to the labor. This is all true. Look it up. Um, if you somehow escape, they'll keep hunting you down and trying to sue you for millions. Any comments on this?
What's the legality of this? Like, how is this accepted? Is this accepted by any courts? How does this rule hold up?
It's most likely not, but since they have millions upon millions of dollars, luckily they're starting to fade out. There's only about 21,000 people worldwide, which is really wonderful.
And we are going to go under the assumption that they're all crowded in places that have English as a national language, which includes the United States, Canada, and Great Britain.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's only in those free nations, because I don't think like any other English majority nations like South Africa or Jamaica or other places around the world, like Australia, New Zealand, they probably don't have those.
Yeah.
Because no Australian's gonna fall for that bullshit for sure.
I don't think it would be. I also don't think a lot of other cultures could accept it.
Yeah. They do have a couple of buildings in Hawaii, and which also ties back to something I said before about Thetans being trapped alien souls falling into volcanoes and going into human souls. All of those volcanoes were in Hawaii for some reason. Again, don't ask me. He was a defunct science fiction writer.
Ex-
He was crazy.
Explain the Xeno thing.
Oh, yes, yes. This is gonna take a little bit. So, Xenu, he was this basically, yeah, he was this alien overlord which had control over basically all of the aliens species in the universe, and he imprisoned almost every one of them except the ones on his side, and he sent them in gigantic ships and put them in cages and then had those cages dropped into the fiery volcanoes of Hawaii.
Yeah, and is he treated like a god, or is he more like a devil character?
I think he's more like a devil, but he is still a very prominent part of the Scientology cult.
God like devil.
Yeah. Uh, Only people who are in the very high etiquette of Scientology really know who this Xenu is. I I only know of this because I've watched several videos of ex-Scientologists who have escaped who were in the highest echelon of it, and they all told tales about this mysterious character.
Would it be the best if we knew all the story or fiction surrounding Xenu, or the whole Scientology mythology, if you will?
Oh, absolutely. And there is a heap of information. You can go look at it on Wikipedia, which I don't think is the most reliable source, but just look up XENU Scientology and you'll find all the results you need. Anyway, this is a public disclaimer. Do not join. If someone who is your friend or family member is advocating for it, cut them out of your life. It is a dangerous religion. It will only cause harm to you and your loved ones. Disappear if you have to.
Unless you're doing a Scientology grade. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the only piece of thing surrounding Scientology, besides talking about it, like in a private space, that makes you safe.
Yeah.
You think that it's like whoever was working at that Scientology building in Seattle would like report on us if they saw this video?
Most likely, but they don't know our full names, where we live, or anything about us. And we even made a little pamphlet of fake information. Magnus, I think you might still have it.
Well, I thought you were the one who had the thing.
Oh, I just might. Could you hold my microphone?
Sure.
All right. Um, this is it. Uh, this is all the fake information. I realize the text is backwards, but we have fake addresses, fake numbers, fake names, more fake addresses and numbers.
So, may I read it out,
Yeah.
please? Thank you.
I'm number one. My unseen friend in the background is number 2, and Magnus here is number 3.
Okay, so we got, for our fake addresses, we have places like 276 free. If you know, you know. Cedar Avenue West. We have fake names like Xander Chase for Riley, Artemis Jarrett for Cash, and Malik Al Zuhru for myself. We also have fake phone numbers, but I'm not gonna risk those getting leaked out. Like if they are actually real.
There is a possibility.
Yeah, we do have we we do have some phone numbers that don't follow the United States format. I think for my fake one, it might be in Sweden, but I think I did miscalculate a digit, which is probably for the better. But I feel like that's all the information we have on this.
Anyway, if we conduct another one of these raids, we will need more fake information, undoubtedly, because Scientology shares all of its information with all of its other buildings in a set city or country. So, again, public disclaimer.
Do it, bro.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. It's not worth it.
Don't try to enter one of the buildings, because the person at the desk threatened to call the police on us multiple times, and we just barely made it out without the police arriving.
Well, I mean, that's a little bit dramatic. I mean, we ran down to I'm gonna say the bottom floor,
Yeah.
which was a office area, I would say. Which I bet they once we entered, we saw these bookshelves lined with all of sorry, who was the man who created this?
L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard's work. And what was it called?
Dianetics.
Dianetics. We went to the left side where we saw the actual office area and a conference room where the lady was at. And she said she was gonna yell at the police. She was probably most alerted for our footsteps. The only time they could get a good look at us was once we were passing by the building. We accidentally passed by too many, like a few times, which are probably too many times. But back to the description of the building. Once we exited the left side, we went to the right side, which contained doors, which I believe were offices, like personal offices.
Yeah.
And I bet they had carried some important files.
Yeah. Those personal offices, as according to the South Park episode, is where they test your theme levels, and they give you free personality tests if you sign up. They will continue to bill and bill and bill you until all of your money is fully dry. Yeah, if you want to think about signing up, which for a final time I do not advocate for, repeat, do not. If you want to try, give fake addresses, fake numbers, and fake names.
Is that the conclusion? And do we have anything else to say?
Riley, what do you like to say something about it?
I will say I do dabble in a lot, or a good amount of mythology, and the Hawaiian volcanoes and stuff reminds me of some. It's not my mythology. It's some other mythology that has to do with a god chained and trapped inside of a volcano.
Like, and also, do we have any other work of Hubbard? Like any past works that weren't involved in Scientology?
Not that I'm presently aware of. Look up L. Ron Hubbard pre-1959 science fiction works, and I'm sure you will find something.
Y'all ever think that it was like a like a joke Elrond made, but he realized that he could actually profit on it? Or do y'all think he was serious at the start?
I think it was a slight mixture of both. Um, but in the end, David Miscavige, who is currently running it, took all of his work seriously and expanded upon them more, even changing some around he didn't like. And his wife, Shelley Miscavige, suddenly disappeared in 2009 without a trace. The only photo evidence we have of her is with David, which was recorded in 2007 to 2008. And then she just disappeared. There was not a word about her spoken in Scientology building since.
I do have one thing. And that is, how old is the current Scientology?
About 65, I'd say.
So that means probably gonna run for the rest of his life. Because is it a pyramid scheme?
No.
Okay, so it's not a pyramid scheme. So he's still gonna run it for the rest of his life because he gets millions off of it. And he does weird about it.
He will, if he dies though, the the cult is likely to fall into shambles because, as I said before, his wife has been gone. He doesn't have any children. All of his siblings are cut off from him. So all he has is the high ranking at the Scientology office, which, as I'm presently aware of, is located in Clearwater, Florida. Apart from, and when he dies, all the power will just go to them, and there will be an immense power struggle until one of them takes over, which I think all of them have been serving at his side for at least 30 years. Some of them met L. Ron Hubbard, and those who met L. Ron Hubbard, I'm sure, will try to take charge, and if they do, they will soon die, because L. Ron Hubbard, even though he was in poor health, he only lived to about 40. He died in 1980.
So that's 21 years after he founded the organization. Or should I say, the cult.
Anyway, do not believe any of what Scientology tries to sell you. Stay as far away from it as we could. The only reason we did the raid is because we were trying to bring more evidence to take them down, which is working, because in LA there are about 5 main Scientology buildings people try to raid, and they've mapped out almost every one of them, and Scientology is starting to get aware of it, so they've taken the door handles off, which is a fire hazard, but I don't think they care about that, and people have started to find ways to break in. One of the more recent ones, where they didn't have the door handles off, someone was dressed as Jesus of Nazareth, and another person was dressed as Sonic the Hedgehog, and they broke in and got the farthest anyone ever has before.
Maybe besides us, because it's a small building in Seattle, and we didn't get a good look. We don't have good footage, sadly.
Yeah.
But it is a very small building, and we probably have it all of the areas that don't require a key for a door, I'd say.
Yeah. Also, fun fact, we were most likely the first people, or one of the first people ever, to raid a building in Washington.
I will say there is a bigger one that's closer to. If you live in Seattle, you know what the Iceplex is. Or sorry, the hockey stadium.
It's about maybe 5,000 feet west of it, I'd say. It's just sitting there next to all the other homes and shops and buildings, and I have looked up videos of it, and people have been recorded going into it, and not for the raid, because they're actually interested in it. Oh, you were going to say something?
Yes, there are. This is some like not so good news. There are 3 verified locations for Scientology in Washington State. One in uh
Seattle.
one in Seattle, one near I think the port of Seattle, and one in Linwood.
I think there was also one in Oregon, but that one might have gone taken down.
Thank the Lord. So, stay tuned for next episode of Xavier Renegade Podcast featuring Magnus and Cash.
And maybe Riley.
Or any other special guest or friend that we want to invite. Lights out.